Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. After days of delay, the president signs the COVID stimulus bill passed by Congress, but he's still pushing for bigger direct payments to Americans. More on that effort and when the first round of checks could start going out. Plus, the search continues for two California city boys reported missing 1 week ago today. What neighbors reported to us yesterday coming up. And a local attorney continues his fight against Governor Newsom's order to shut down outdoor dining after a judge said he didn't think the court could overturn it. What comes next in the fight? This is Monday, December 28th, 2020. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen, anchoring from home here in Tehachapi. Nicole Gitsky in studio, in for Alex. And it was a stormy start to our work week, and we had rain moving in a lot of areas. We have snow in some mountain communities, although I just checked outside. No snow yet here where I am in the Golden Hills area of Tehachapi. But we know that more weather is still on the way this morning. Nicole?
Yeah, you know, even when I left my house this morning, my Christmas decorations were everywhere from the wind and rain. So we are definitely seeing the effects of this storm right now. Let's bring in Kevin Tourette so he can give us a full look at our forecast. Kevin, good morning.
Well, I guess Nicole didn't listen to my warning over the weekend on Saturday, because I warned everybody, worked Saturday night, warning everybody, put the Christmas decorations away if you don't want them wet or blowing away. I know I brought mine in. So now a lot of people are probably going to be picking them up after this storm did start to roll in last night. We did see some strong winds on the onset of it, and we did get some heavy rain with it as well. So we have a very busy weather morning, and this will continue throughout the day. We have a winter weather advisory for the Kern County mountains right now until 6 p.m. tonight. If you're headed south over the Grapevine, there is a winter storm warning until 6 p.m. this evening. Want to talk about our wintry weather and the advisory that's in place from 3 a.m. to 6 p.m. today. Already in place for the Kern County mountains and the Lake Isabella area. 1 to 4 inches at 4,000 feet. The Grapevine and the Tehachapi Pass may be impacted throughout the day. I know we've already had snow up near Fraser Park. Tehachapi not so much, but I think that will change as this colder air moves in throughout the day. Here's a beautiful shot out of Alta Sierra over the weekend. Grace Kilborn sending that picture in. And here's a look at the latest satellite and radar. We'll get a little break in the action, but you can see right around 11 last night, that's when that heavy rain moved on in. And now we've got some showers that'll be pushing on in throughout the day. Some of these showers will be heavy at times. We pick up 0.22 out at Meadows Field. At the studios, 1600s. Here at my home, 1900s of an inch. Delano, 1200s. 1300s out in Arvin. Buttonwillow just around 200s. And then up in the mountains, 1900s has fallen out at Maddie's house. Hart Flat about 1800s, a tenth of an inch out in Mojave, and Roseman 3/10. So here's a look at downtown Bakersfield. We've got a wet pavement, 47 degrees, and a few showers that'll be pushing on in here. A north wind at 3. Hour by hour, you can see the showers are going to be in place this morning. And again, we will get a break throughout the day. It's going to be on again, off again showers and temperatures in the 50s. 32 out of Tehachapi right now, a southeast wind at 5. And throughout the day, we'll be looking at some rain and snow showers. So hour by hour, it is going to be a little tricky of a forecast throughout the day. I'll explain kind of why, the dynamics of this coming up in just a little bit. For now, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, thanks for that, Kevin. Well, our top story this morning, it was a violent holiday weekend around Kern County with 2 people shot and at least 1 killed. The latest shooting happened just before 4:30 yesterday at the O'Reilly's Auto Parts parking lot on Chester Avenue and 3rd Street in the Oleander area. The Bakersfield Police Department says a person was hospitalized with major wounds, but has not provided any other information on the victim or the shooter. And this is a day after a deadly shooting in Wasco. According to law enforcement, the shooting happened on Poplar Avenue near Sequoia Drive around 4:40 Saturday afternoon. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The identity of that victim and information on the suspect has not been released at this time. This was the second fatal shooting in Wasco in just 1 week.
And now to a story we've been following closely here at TV 17. It's now been 1 week since 2 little boys in California City were reported missing. They are 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Oren West. Their adoptive parents reported them missing around 6 o'clock Monday evening. Yesterday, neighbors reached out to tell us that uniformed Bakersfield police officers joined the California City Police Department in searching the home where the boys lived. California City community members held a vigil to pray for their safe return on Saturday.
This hits very close to home to me. I want to find these boys. There's too many missing cases in this town. There's too many of us mothers that have band together, and we will not stop until we find these children.
I was out here a couple nights ago. There were several people out here. I brought blankets out. Everybody's concerned. I mean, almost everybody I run into, that's the first thing they say, have you heard anything about those babies?
We reached out to BPD to ask why Bakersfield officers were in Cal City, but have not heard back yet. Meantime, many of these residents tell us that they'll continue to search for the boys as long as they're missing. If you have any information on where they may be, you should call California City Police at 760-373-8606. In more news from over the weekend, a motorcyclist was killed in a hit-and-run crash, and law enforcement is still looking for the driver. It happened Sunday morning just after 3 a.m. on East Roberts Lane at the Manor Street overpass in Oildale. The California Highway Patrol says a 33-year-old man was riding a motorcycle when he hit a guardrail and was thrown from the bike, landing in the road. A Chevy Impala then struck the man's body, and the driver of the Impala took off. The rider of the motorcycle died at the scene. His name has not been released. CHP says alcohol is believed to be a factor. Anyone with information is asked to call CHP at 396-6600. And a grim discovery by law enforcement on Christmas night. Police say officers found a body inside a vehicle discovered on an oil field land near Alfred Harrell Highway in Oildale. The incident was reported to CHP just before 3:30 Friday afternoon. According to Bakersfield Police, the vehicle appeared to have gone over the edge off Alfred Harrell Highway and landed in the Chevron oil fields below. BPD Sergeant Chance Corner says that the department and CHP had received reports of a vehicle going over the side of the road in the same area on December 6th, but authorities never found a vehicle that day. Fast forward to now, police say the red car found Friday matched a description for the vehicle that was reported on December 6th.
As you can see, if you can, it's extremely dark out here right now. The bluff, there's no lighting. In the location where this motorist was found, it's very hard to see. And I can understand and see why it's potential that on December 6th, nobody found the vehicle.
The identity of the driver has yet to be released. As of now, police say it's not clear whether drugs or alcohol played a factor in this incident.
Now to your 17 Court Watch. 2 men accused in the fatal shooting of a man during a heated confrontation over changes to their rental agreement have been ordered to stand trial. A Kern judge found there was significant evidence to send Manuel Ruiz and Douglas Hutchinson to trial on charges including first-degree murder. The two are due back in court January 7th, where a trial date is expected to be set. The ruling comes 7 months after the deadly shooting of 28-year-old Duran McDowell outside a house on Bandolera Way. According to court documents, the pair's motive in the shooting was related to their anger over the rental agreement and the manner in which they had to move out of the residence. Police located Hutchinson and Ruiz the day after the shooting in the 9,000 block of Moeller Road. They surrendered after a 5-hour standoff with SWAT officers. And now to 2 burglars who decided to play Grinch, breaking into homes to steal presents on Christmas Day. According to the sheriff's office, the burglars targeted homes with Christmas trees and presents visible from the front window. KCSO is now asking for the public's help to identify these 2 men. The burglars are described as men both between 5 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 9 inches tall. Anyone with information regarding their identities is asked to contact the sheriff's office at 861-3110 or the secret witness hotline at 322-4040.
This is an iconic celebration any year, but this year more than ever we're anticipating the beginning of 2021 full of hope for the new year. And although there's going to be less people down there, the tradition remains the same.
Well, the ball drop will be the same this year. The event will not include packed New York streets due to the pandemic. The ball drop will be televised live along with performances, which will be designed for people to watch at home.
Welcome back here at 519. 2020 has been a challenging year for so many. With this holiday season, the Golden Empire has shown the spirit of giving is alive and well. On Christmas Day, the Blessing Corner Ministries did its part to help hundreds of families in need and make sure they had a Merry Christmas. Blessing Corner staff and volunteers provided up to 700 meals, as well as essential items like toiletries and, of course, toys for children. Bonnie Turner is co-pastor at the Blessing Corner. Herself, once homeless, she says she relates to these hard times, and now it's her mission to make a difference.
These families that are overworked, that are out of work, and don't have what they need for their families. We're just so happy with our Christmas angels that have blessed us to be able to be a blessing to them.
One angel in particular donated a significant amount of money this year, not disclosed, but enough for the Blessing Corner to purchase more than 100 bikes, scooters, skateboards combined, and many more toys. And the good news here, all of the bikes, scooters, and skateboards on hand were given away. Turn to tell 17 News that roughly 1,600 people came through and benefited from the event.
Well, now that Christmas is over, the Kern County Public Works Department is hosting their annual Christmas tree recycling program. You've got 2 weeks to take advantage of the program, which runs through Sunday, January 10th. In the Metro Bakersfield area, residents can place Christmas trees into their green waste container as long as the tree is cut into small pieces and the container lid is able to secure close. Whole trees are not accepted. Christmas trees can also be dropped off at the Mount Vernon Green Waste Facility between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. Bakersfield College and the Kern County Fairgrounds are also accepting trees. The city is urging residents to remove all ornaments, bulbs, lights, and plastic or metal stands before dropping those trees off. And the city of Bakersfield is also holding 2 free trash drop-off events to help you get rid of all the leftover garbage from the holidays. On Saturday and next Sunday, January 2nd and 3rd, you can drive through and drop off your extra trash at Era Park on Jewetta Avenue or Mechanics Bank Arena in Truxton. The event is from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. each day. No hazardous waste is allowed.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
In your 17 Business Watch, 2020 is nearly over. But have you checked your insurance policies for next year? A new study from Bankrate finds almost half of those surveyed with homeowners insurance and a third with auto insurance never reviewed their policies in 2020. And during the pandemic, a lot of home improvements were made. If you upgraded flooring or added square footage or put in a pool, you may need to increase your coverage. And if you stopped commuting every day, that should lower your car insurance and premium. And if you're planning on hitting the gym and making that always popular New Year's resolution to get in shape, Lean Cuisine wants to help. To help kick off 2021 on the right foot, Lean Cuisine is giving away a 30-meal Back on Track pack for a limited time. Follow Lean Cuisine on Twitter and reply to the giveaway tweet with hashtag #LeanBackOnTrack and sweepstakes for a chance to win. You can enter through January 14th. Whenever you're ready in 2021, the custom pack is shipped straight to your door.
5:25 now that the presents have been opened, the reality that some gifts may not have the right fit has consumers dreading the return process, and experts say waiting may be your best option. Dan Scheneman reports.
Soon, the holiday shopping season becomes the return season.
Shoppers need to be prepared for a totally different return landscape this year.
Why the different landscape? The pandemic, of course. Experts say consumers are now doing more online shopping, buying larger items, and that creates new challenges for returns.
Those purchases that you purchased end up getting returned, and the holiday return ratio is actually much higher than traditional. And e-commerce returns is even higher because people bracket and buy product that they end up trying in their home and returning. Maybe they'll buy 5 or 6 of the same color or size and return all of them except one just to see what fits them.
When it's time to return or exchange all those perfect gifts that were less than perfect, Sarah Skirball of Retail Me Not has some suggestions.
Take a picture of your receipt. This way you have a good record of it and there's no chance that you're going to lose it. Number 2, shoppers need to be prepared for a lag in refunds. There's going to be an influx of online shopping this year, which means that there's going to be a lot of online returns.
And shoppers with a chance to make an exchange in person, Skirball suggests waiting until after January 1st. Crowds will likely be smaller and shoppers need to read the fine print.
You want to make sure you know what that return window is. You want to make sure you're prepared if you have to pay for shipping, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
And the experts have one more tip. Be patient. Dan Scheneman, NBC News.
Now, after spending a week criticizing the COVID relief bill, which passed both houses of Congress last week, President Trump has now signed it into law. The move means millions of Americans will get direct stimulus payments and extended unemployment benefits. It also averts a government shutdown, but the president is still not happy. NBC's Chris Pallone explains.
Hi there, Nicole. President Trump continues pushing to raise those direct cash stimulus payments from $600 to $2,000. In fact, a vote is scheduled on that in the House here today. but it's a move that many Republicans still oppose. After a week of complaints about the $2.3 trillion bipartisan spending bill and COVID relief package posting on Twitter,
it really is a disgrace.
President Trump signed the bill Sunday night. It includes $900 billion in COVID relief money and funds the government for the next fiscal year. In a statement from his Florida resort, the president said, "I am signing this bill to restore unemployment benefits, stop evictions, provide rental assistance, and much more." Those enhanced employment benefits, now extended, had expired for millions Sunday. And after promises stimulus payments would go out this week, it's now unclear when people will see that money in their bank accounts. Democratic House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer said the president has resolved an unnecessary crisis he himself created. The president is still backing an effort to raise those payments to $2,000 for adults and $600 for children. Democrats support it. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on Twitter daring Republicans to object. The House will vote on it today.
I don't agree with $2,000 checks to people who've had no lost income whatsoever, which is the vast majority of Americans.
The law provides $8 billion for coronavirus vaccine distribution, important funding as the U.S. has now passed 330,000 COVID-19 deaths, with predictions of dark days ahead after many people traveled this holiday season. So far, no official reaction on the bill signing from President-elect Joe Biden, but we do expect to hear from him later today. In Washington, Chris Pallone, 17 News.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.